All right, welcome back to the channel, and today's just a little bit different. We're not building anything, and we are not giving any progress reports or anything like that. We are actually, we're on the road. So I am at a little place called Paulina Lake. I've never been here before, and my boy was here a couple weeks ago, said it was great, so I thought I'd try it out. It's about an hour and a half from where I live, but an hour and a half is like 3 or 4 hours from most places where other people live. So at any rate, what we're going to do is we are going to make dinner. And so it's not just a dinner, it is a prepper dinner. So I dug in my closet, pulled out some of my prepper food, and yes, I am a prepper. You can tell by the channels, you know, building RVs and teardrops and everything to keep my assets mobile. So at any rate, we're going to make a prepper meal, and I think tonight we're going to have somewhat of a Philly cheesesteak sandwich kind of deal. And I'll show you what I'm going to use for my ingredients, and then we'll get right into cooking this thing up and hopefully get some sweet aroma going on in this van. All right, so for our main ingredient is a Keystone. This is a canned beef, and I do have quite a few of these along with pork, and I think I do have some chicken. And along with this, we are going to be adding some seasoning. We got some Wash Your Sister sauce, and we got some soy sauce, olive oil. We're going to put some garlic in there. We got salt and pepper. And then for to add some color and a little bit of flavor, I do have some cheap stuff here. This is Augustin Farms. I have some diced bell peppers, that's a green and red, and we also have some chopped onions. So we're going to pop these cans open, go ahead and get things hydrated, and then we'll start sauteing the onions and the bell peppers. And then once that's pretty much complete, then we'll start cooking up our beef, adding our sauces and our spices, and we'll get some provolone cheese on there and make it yummy. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and get the vegetables hydrated. We're going to open the cans, and going to need a can opener for that. So we're going to pop this open. Ooh, I can smell the onion now. Yep, smells good. I'm going to take out the oxygen absorber. We don't want to eat that. Ah, smells good. Here's a shot of what it looks like in the can. Looks about half full, of course. So we are going to use about a quarter cup or so. So I've got a little spoon, and we're just going to go ahead and, well, there's two of them in there. Okay. Right about there. All right. So that's going to be our onion. We'll add some hot water to that, or warm water. We'll let that set for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll get to sauteing once we strain it. Let's pop open the bell peppers. Ooh. Those smell yummy too. All right, so, and that's kind of what that looks like. Green and red, smells like bell peppers. And then we'll level that out. All right. Now, a quarter cup of the onions equals about a 1 full medium size onion, and quarter cup of the bell peppers is 1 pepper. So I think that's going to suit our needs. Now we'll heat up some water. We'll add it to this and let it set for about 5 or 10 minutes. All right, so our water is not at a boil. We just want it warm. So it's pretty warm right now. So we're going to go ahead and turn the heat off on that. And then we're going to go ahead and add it to our vegetables. So let's do that right now. And we just want to add enough to cover them. And yes, I like onions. All right, so that's where we're at. We're going to go ahead and leave these set for about 10 minutes. It is now 8:18, so 8:28 we'll drain these, and then we'll start up the other skillet and saute those bad boys. This is going to be delish. All right, so I went ahead and strained out our peppers and our onions, and so now we are ready to saute them up. So what we're going to do is add a little bit of olive oil in here. And then we're going to scoop in our onions. And we'll scoop in our peppers. Give that a good mix. And we'll let that simmer for a little bit. All right, so while that is doing a little bit of simmering, we're going to go ahead and add about half a teaspoon of garlic, minced garlic. We'll give that a little bit of a stir. All right, so those have been simmering for about 10 minutes now, and I'm going to let them go for a little bit longer, but in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and open our can of beef. Now, we're not going to use the whole can. There we go. I'll give you a shot of that. So our canned beef, got a lot of fat in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to scoop that out. We'll put it in our pan and we'll start cooking that up. So let me go ahead and get the heat turned on for that. All right. So for this, we're not going to add any oil or anything like that. We're just going to go ahead and scoop this out of here. I'll probably use about a half a can. I think that's going to do it. Add a little bit of the juice. Perfect. And then what we'll do is we'll shred that up a little bit. Smelling good already. All right, so while our meat is cooking up, we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of seasoning on here. Add a tad bit of soy sauce on there. About a tablespoon. And then we're going to use some Worcestershire sauce. And that's going to give it the flavor. Coat it nice. Perfect. All right, so we'll let that go. Add a little bit of salt. And a little bit of pepper. Now we'll give that a good stir. Oh yeah. And then we'll boil off a little bit of that juice in there before we add our onion and bell peppers. It's already smelling real good in here. So that is looking really good. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and add in our peppers and onion. All right. So go ahead and add this in. Give that a nice stir in there. Smells so good. All right, so that has textured up real nice. Now we're going to add in some Tillamook provolone cheese, best on the planet. See if I can't get it out of here. All right. Leave one right there. One right there and one right there. And while that is melting, we will prep our buns. So I've got a couple of buns here. We're going to use some real mayonnaise. And we'll coat the bottom of our bun with the mayonnaise. Sweet. And then we have some ranch dressing that we're going to put and coat just a little bit on the top, just to give it a little flavor. Yes. Now normally I would toast these buns, but I don't have a pan big enough to toast them. So we're gonna have to make do with what we got. And that is looking scrumptious. So we'll let that cheese melt on there a little bit longer, and then we'll pile it on our buns, and then we'll have a feast. All right, so now it's time to check out our handiwork here. I'm gonna go ahead and scoop some of this on our buns. Yes, it's looking super good. And there is our finished product, ready to start chowing down. So I'm going to set up the table, and we are going to have a feast. All right. So before I went on the trip, stopped at the store, got me some chips and stuff like that, some extra things. And let me show you what elevation does to a bag of chips. Look at that. You ever seen anything like that? I don't even know if I can open it without it blowing up. It's like a Mylar balloon. There we go. So we'll add a little chip here to our meal. All right, now it's time to give it a little taste test, see what a Prepper Philly cheesesteak tastes like. Dang. I didn't know I was such a good cook. Wow. Huge. That is super good. Now I know that's beef in a can. It's probably snout to butthole. But I'll tell you what, that is super good. The onions, I can taste the onion, the garlic, a little hint of bell pepper, and the seasonings and the sauces. Oh yeah, that's excellent. Wow. Oh man. I don't know if I've had one that good in a restaurant. I ain't bragging, because I know you can tell by the looks of me, I can't cook. But anyway, oh, that is superb. So I think I'm gonna finish this, clean up, and we'll get ready to call it a night. So All right, so all my dishes are done. I filled the sink up a little bit with some cold water, boiled some hot water, put it in there, put some suds, and rinsed everything off after washing, and they're sitting there to dry. So in the morning I'll put those away. But whew, I tell you what, I couldn't finish that. Well, I didn't even start the second sandwich. So I wrapped those in tin foil. I had enough in the pan to make one more. So I have 2 in the fridge that I'll probably have for lunch for the next couple of days. And tomorrow we'll have something a little bit different. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I hope you like this. And yeah, the prepper meals are good. Surprised myself. So anyway, thanks for joining in, watching this far, and as always, please stay tuned.